from Joplin and we're gonna ride to St. Louis. That's the route. There's Becky over there taking pictures. And there's this really cool mural. So on we go. So this is what is called Wee Hill in Carthage, Missouri. Now there's the 66 sign, two of them. Ooh. Here we go, over Wee Hill. Goes over the railroad tracks. There we go, Wee! That's probably why it's called Wee Hill. So here's the Boots Drive-In, built in 1946. It's now the Great Plains Credit Union in Carthage, Missouri. And across the street is the Boots Hotel, built in 1939. So the couple that built the motel divorced, and the fella came over here and built the drive-in. Here we are at the Highway 66 Drive-In Theater, just east of Carthage, Missouri. It was opened in 1949 and still runs today. We're in a red state. Could be. Well, dinner tonight was at Bernie's Bar and Grill in Avila, I think, Avila, Missouri. It was good, and proves that this is a very red state. See ya. Well, we've arrived at our campground. It's a horse sanctuary, and that's fine. Camp is set up. The bathroom is those buildings over there. It's going to be a long hike at night. So anyway, we're hoping it doesn't rain and we don't get too many bugs. So first night camp, we have arrived. Goodbye. Good night. Day 2 of our trip, we start from our 5-star accommodations. And that wasn't it. It was in their backyard, basically, or their back pasture, maybe. So, anyway, we're on our way to Springfield now. 48 miles, and here we go. original old Highway 66 concrete. Never been paved over. This is what a lot of the older portions look like when they originally put them down. This is where we ducked in from the rainstorm, and this is an old Sinclair station along Highway 66 west of Springfield. And the good folks allowed us to stay in their pavilion while we watched the storm go through. There's also a group of Frenchmen and a couple of French ladies who were here riding motorcycles that they rented in Chicago, and they're riding to California on Highway 66. So that's pretty cool. We got to talk to them for quite a while, and I just happened to be wearing my Alpe d'Huez cycling jersey, and they took note of that. They thought that was pretty neat that an American would be wearing something like that. So anyway, this gas station is actually a recreation of the original. All the other buildings are like this one. The garage is original, and they put a new roof on it. It's very cool. Lots of nostalgic items here, and just another one of the many cool things on Highway 66. Well, we made it to Springfield West, and this is our campsite at the Springfield West KOA. So the showers are just beyond that little house, and lots of trees, and it quit raining. Hopefully it will continue to quit raining. We had enough rain. We don't need any more rain. We're starting to get wrinkly. We've had so much rain. But we're here in Springfield and happy to be here. So looking forward to a good night's sleep. And it's cool, which is okay for June. It'll help to sleep. I hate to sleep and sweat. We are at the College Station Cafe. They were nice enough to let us park our bikes in the cafe. That was great. A 66 themed diner. And had a really good breakfast. College Street Cafe. Now we're at Rockwood Courts Motel. This is operated by a lady that we met yesterday at another Highway 66 stop. And this is her hotel. And she's given it a good makeover and got it into a thriving enterprise. Big sign out front, and looks like she probably lives here too. So anyway, got into some oil, had to wash the bikes off, and now we're ready to go again.
Clean
Bikes. So we stumbled across the Abbey Lee Modern Court Motel amongst the trees. This was a place that was built in 1940 by a guy from Kansas, and the little cabins are still here. The restaurant that was right behind this rock fence, about right here, burned down, but it operated as a motel until 1963. So there you go. Well, we're leaving Rustic Trails RV Park, and this was our campsite where it was. We've already packed up the tent, and it's an old KOA. There's the KOA building, and today we're going to ride to through Lebanon to Devil's Elbow. Devil's Elbow, we're going to spend 2 nights there and do a canoe trip. So as you can see, the interstate, and you can hear the interstate is just past those trees. So it's kind of a noisy night, but it's a nice sunny day. Should be a good day to ride bikes, and we have a tailwind. So tailwinds are always good. So until later. Here we are entering the town of Lebanon, Missouri, which means we've made it a whopping 5 miles.
The 1923 bridge over the Gasconade River.
Here's another one of the old ruins along Highway 66. So here we are at Devil's Elbow Campground on the Big Piney River. And it's pretty nice. Nothing real special, but if you can see on the other side there's some beautiful cliffs on the other side of the river. And our trip today was fairly uneventful. Saw some ruins, went to a museum at Lebanon, and had a really good time. So I guess this is nighty night. So good night.
Stuff. I'm like, okay, you're just gonna grab all the.
So we made it down the Big Piney River. There's the river. There's our equipment. There's Becky. There's me. That's all for This is so weird to be riding along a 4-lane highway, take pictures. It looks so modern in a way. riding through Mark Twain National Forest. We're off of Highway 66, but it's kind of nice. There's no traffic. It's cool. A variety of hardwoods and oaks, and yet there's big pine trees too. Today we dined at Quick Trip. There's actually a Quick Trip near Rolla, Missouri. Well, the second largest rocking chair in the world. The biggest one is someplace else, I don't remember where. But this one's pretty darn big. So it's, in fact, it's so big it's somewhat impractical, if you can imagine. We stopped at Weir's on 66. It's an old 66 filling station, and it's a really neat place. It's a restaurant now, restaurant bar, and Mr. Weir, who owns the place, was very accommodating, and we enjoyed talking to him and having a little libation. And he's fixed the place up where it's really cool, and it's a very nice restaurant. And there's, in fact, there's Mr. Weir right now. And so there he is. And so if you're at the corner of Franklin and Highway 66 in Cuba, Missouri, you should stop at Weir's and spend a little time here looking at the place. So on we go. Here we are at our destination, the Wagon Wheel Motel. The longest operating motel on Highway 66. We can just get across the road. Looks clear. So we've checked into our room at the Wagon Wheel Motel. This is a really old motel room, and you can kind of tell that by the size. Somehow we have managed to squeeze our bikes in, and we've unloaded our stuff. There's your bathroom. That's about all there is just a that's it. But it's 88 years old. So things were smaller back then. Woohoo! St. Louis, 47 miles. So here we are in Sullivan, Missouri at the Shamrock Court Motel. And this is an original 1948 motel that is still standing, and it is being rehabbed by a group of people, a lot of them volunteers. And it's on Highway 66, and the plan is to, within a year, have the old girl up and running as a motel, much like what we did last night in Cuba. The outside of the motel is very unique. Looks a lot like some of the other motels that you might see on Highway 66. Get in here and look at the construction a little bit. As you can see, they've gone down to the dirt pretty much. There's some of the volunteers. I love volunteers.
Start tomorrow.
So they're down to gravel. A cool fireplace. You see they have the walls jacked up. They're rebuilding the foundation. They said that some of the insulation was human hair. That's pretty interesting. I guess that wasn't all that uncommon in the old days. Quite a undertaking. It won't be a really neat place when it's all done. These are screen doors that were on all the unit doors when it was an apartment complex.
finally arrived.
So we have reached our destination for the day at St. Louis West KOA. It's not as nice as the one in Springfield, but it's okay. And our campsite is right next to a creek that we can't get to because of the poison ivy. But yeah, it's okay. There's showers here. It's all we really need. And our day today was 54 miles?
56 and a half.
56 and a half miles and 20 some hundred feet and climbing. And just a real hard day, and a headwind to boot. But we made it, saw some interesting things, had a nice breakfast at Cuba, and enjoyed that. Had peanut butter roll-ups for lunch, and a Diet Pepsi, and a bag of barbecue chips, which we're still trying to consume. Anyway, the bikes have held up really good. No problem with them. This one looks like it's tired though. It's laying down on the ground. We're going to cook dinner now. So tomorrow we'll go to the train station and get on the train, and that should be interesting. Good night. And we're off to the train station. Well, we finally made it to the Mississippi River. That is the end of the line for this trip. Now we'll go back up to the train station and catch our train back home. So Becky's happy to be done. And in the background we have the arch. Got a helicopter landing. The same old cheesy helicopter has been landing there for years. So anyway, that's it. It was fun.
Fun. One more hill.
One more hill to the train station, and we're really done. Except we have to ride home from the other train station, but that's okay. Kansas City. So in about 6 hours we'll be there.
Moving about as fast as we can ride our bike.
It will go faster once we get out of town. Well, we made it home, and we were up 30 or 26, 25 hours today, roughly. Slept on the train a little bit. But the train made it to Newton, and all was good, and we're home, and the vacation is now over. So, until next time.